Hey, what's going on, everyone? You can probably already tell I'm not actually Matt. Matt was actually running a little bit short on time this week, so he asked myself, the OPJELLICENT, to go ahead and cover this match in the PCL against Sock for him this week, so I will be watching it for the first time alongside you guys right here. A little bit of backstory going into the match. Matt is currently 3-3 from what he told me. His opponent, Sock, is currently 2-4, so a very big game for both of them right here. If Sock ends up losing right here, I'm assuming that probably means he's pretty much out of playoffs unless he wins out, and Matt definitely wants to get back to the positive side of things right here, so really important games from the sounds of it right here. Matt did leave me a few notes about team preview, which I will quickly go over. He has a physically defensive Hawlucha right here, which was basically meant to take on the Mega Heracross, the Flygon, and the Dugtrio. However, it only looks like the Dugtrio came, so it's probably not going to be very useful, assuming he can go ahead and lure that Dugtrio with the Shukaberry Nidoqueen right here. So he does have Shuka Nidoqueen, which can go ahead and take that Earthquake, as I just said, as well as the Dialga's Earth Power, and maybe even that Torterra's Earthquake right here. So lots of ground type attacks that are definitely going to be hitting into that Shukaberry right here. Same thing with the Koko, it is actually the Shukaberry set 2, and it is the Defogger in case the Smeargle starts to stack hazards against Matt right here, so that's definitely a very nice failsafe, because webs actually look really deadly against Matt. His entire team is grounded, I guess, besides the Mega Altaria and the Hawlucha, of course. Obviously, after Mega Altaria Mega Evolves, it will get affected too. He has a Tail Glow 3 attacks ICMZ Manaphy right here. I could see that doing a lot of work against the Dialga potentially. I don't know how much exactly it does, but I'm assuming unless it's Assault Vest, it probably goes down in one hit. If not, after like a bit of chip damage right there. Scarf Victini with V-Create and Flare Blitz in case he brought Dugtrio, which we did. So that's definitely going to be a very vital part of this game right here. And then finally Dragon Dance Mega Altaria. So that's going to be Matt's squad right here. And let's go ahead and get right into the game. Alright, so hopping into the game right here, I actually took a picture of the team preview screen right there because I do want the big picture while I'm watching through the battle right here. It looks like Sock decides to lead off with the Dugtrio right here, so that's definitely, he's trying to catch something right off the bat. Pretty much right here, as Matt decides to go out with his Tapu Koko, so this is a Shukaberry Tapu Koko, as I did go over right here, so Matt can definitely go ahead and just switch out here if he really wants. I'm assuming he'll just hard switch in case it's Choice Scarf. No, he actually risks the Scarf, and the Shukaberry goes off right away, so I'm assuming we may see like a U-turn here. He didn't give me the moves, he just gave me the items and whatnot, so that still is a sizable chunk. I'm assuming we'll see a U-turn here from Matt. Yeah, there's the U-turn right there, so if this Dugtrio is Focus Sash, that Sash is now broken right here, although it was in a lot of exchange for off the Koko's health right here, so that's going to be very interesting. I'm also kind of curious about Matt's responses to the Belly Drum Azumarill. I'm assuming his game plan is just to keep the Manaphy healthy and make sure that it can take an Aqua Jet and check that thing with Energy Ball. Dialga comes in hard here on the Mega Altaria, so could very well be Scarf Dialga with the Steel type move, expecting the Dragon Dance to come out right now. The other option would be that Assault Vest set, as I said, to help out against Manaphy, but I don't actually know how much Dialga takes from a +1 Earthquake. Matt's just going for game, like turn 3 right here. Let's see if he decides to just go for the Earthquake next, and what sort of item this Dialga is. It could be Scarf, it could be Shukaberry, so let's see what Matt decides to do. I'm assuming he just goes for a return. Okay, so no risking the berry right here. Probably doing over half, right? Yep, as Flash Cannon comes out. Mega Altaria probably eats this. Mega Altaria is so bulky. I was very wrong. That's probably like Specs Dialga or something like that. Just judging from the return damage too, it looks like that did a lot, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's just like offensive Dialga, maybe even Specs, but on the bright side right here, Sock's responses to this Manaphy just got like completely worn down. That's gonna go ahead and knock that Dialga out right there, so definitely was not Assault Vest Dialga. I'm assuming it would have lived that and not knocked out the Mega Altaria. Out comes the Azumarill comes out on Manaphy right here, which is very interesting. Is he trying to bait the Energy Ball? And he's that Sap Sipper set with Whirlpool and whatnot. I could definitely see that being a thing right here. Decides to go for a knockoff. I guess we'll find out whether it's banded based on that damage. That looks banded to me, maybe, because that was not, and he did knock off an item, so that definitely looks choice banded, as that did quite a lot of damage right there. It looks like the Torterra comes in right here. Does he go for the Ice Beam? Just goes for the Psychic. Okay, so he's not risking Sap Sipper, clearly. I'm assuming he just doesn't have Energy Ball, is what I'm thinking. So this Torterra is just going to get 2-hit KO'd right here. Rip Torterra. I was kind of hoping that would actually do work with maybe like a Rock Polish late game. That could have been very cool, but I guess with Hawlucha around, that thing was not actually going to be winning the game by any means. Dugtrio comes back right here, so he has this thing trapped in. I don't know how much Choice Banded Earthquake actually does. We saw it was Choice Scarf though, so that definitely means, unless Matt was actually not running enough speed on his Koko for this, it means, yeah, this thing's gonna live. And Dugtrio is just going to go ahead and get popped with the Psychic right here too. So Sock is already down 5-3 right here. Manaphy, as I said before in going over the match right here, I saw that it would do a lot of work at preview, given Sock's responses. He's clearly trying to go for the Aqua Jet Revenge Killer right here. As Matt just lets it go down, which is completely understandable right here. It's kind of outsped by everything at this point except for the Smeargle. I guess it could outspeed the Quillfish too, but based on the damage, I think Matt's actually more of a bulky spread with maybe... Actually, he could just be max HP, max speed, but Hawlucha decides to come out right here. Sock is, I'm assuming, just switching out, fearing like some sort of unburdened set, maybe a sweeper, but Matt did tell me that this was a Fizdef Hawlucha designed to take on physical attackers, so Acrobatics comes off right here. That does very little damage right there. I'm assuming that means it's a Black Sludge defensive, right? And I'm assuming that means... does Matt have an item on this? I'm assuming it does, because that did very little, and Acrobatics power is obviously halved when you have an item, so... U-turn comes out right here, as I'm assuming Matt will be pulling out a switch into his Nidoqueen. There we go, Nidoqueen comes out right here, so very understandable. Sock decides to go for a Thunder Wave, which obviously really good pivot in on Matt's part right there, not wanting to risk that. I would have definitely just gone for a Spike if I was Sock right there and tried to go for a late game with maybe the... Honestly, he can't really go for a late game with anything at this point. Everything's dead. All his win conditions are gone. He still has the Smeargle, it looks like, as well as the... What else is alive on Sock's squad right here? I think the Dugtrio is still alive. No, it's the Azumarill. The Azumarill is still alive. So this thing goes for an Earth Power, takes 90% or 85 or whatever. Webs decides to go up. So I'm assuming Sock is just going for the last-ditch effort sweep right here with the... Obviously, the Azumarill under Webs right here. So Earth Power comes out and knocks this thing out. Honestly, it has to lock itself into Aqua Jet, right? Doesn't it just die to Sludge Wave from the percentage it's at right now? I'm assuming that's what's going to happen right here. It's just going to go ahead and die to Sludge Wave. Unless he's probably going to go for the Liquidation. Goes for Thunderbolt right here, so I guess Matt doesn't have Sludge Wave on this set. That's still going to do over half, yeah. It is a ridiculously strong attack right here. Liquidation comes out. This should OHKO. It is a Choice Band Azumarill after all. Yeah, that Nidoqueen is gone. But it looks like Matt can just go ahead and probably send out the Hawlucha here to wrap it up. Or I guess Koko makes sense too. Did the Hawlucha go down? I actually don't remember whether the Hawlucha went down, but... Webs are going to get into effect right here, but obviously I'm pretty sure this Koko will still outspeed it. Maybe Matt has Quick Attack tech right here, we'll see. Quick Attack, actually it's not in range of Quick Attack, so yeah, Thunderbolt comes out, and that will be sealing up this game right here. So very dominant win for Matt, in all honesty. I definitely saw that after Dialga got weakened, which he was very easily able to do with his Dragon Nets Mega Altaria, Manaphy was just going to go in, so that was clearly what was going to happen right there. And yeah, that's going to be the game. So I believe Matt moves up to 4-3 now, while Sock moves down to 2-5. So very solid win for him. And I did hope you all enjoyed this commentary, of course. I don't know if Matt's going to plan on having other guest commentators for his other games due to busyness. Like, I know he has a BBL battle going up this weekend, I think. I'm not quite sure, but like I said, I did hope you all enjoyed right here, and I'll see you next time. Later.